So guys, I never thought I'd ever be doing this on YouTube. Ah! Wait a minute. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm so shy. I'm so shy. So I know why you guys clicked on this video, because you guys saw the very juicy title and you just like gossip. Like, what's going on? You want me to come and spill all my secrets? Okay. Whew.
Oh, so fabulous.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl DUMEBI Leah. So if this is your first time stumbling on my channel and seeing my gorgeous melanated beautiful face on your screen, you are welcome. I do hope you decide to join the big happy family by hitting the subscribe button right below this video right here, and then the notification bell right beside it. That way YouTube will let you know whenever I drop a new video. I drop videos twice every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I try to be consistent, y'all. If I don't meet up, y'all don't judge me. Just know your girl is probably going through something or busy or whatever. So anyways, if you're an oldie and a returning subscriber, you guys are the real MVP. You're my family, you're my G, you know I love you, you know how we do it. So today's video is a very interesting topic. It's actually a tag called my very first time. So let's get right into it, guys. Are you ready? Grab your popcorn, grab a drink, let's talk. So the first question on this tag goes as so. It says, what is the first app you open when you wake up in the morning? Yes, the first app. So for those of you who are thinking something else, get your minds out of the gutter. That's not what this video is about. Duh. Okay, so the first app that I open in the morning, I'm not even going to lie, is WhatsApp. I go to WhatsApp first of all. After WhatsApp, I check maybe Instagram or YouTube Studio to check how my YouTube channel is doing, because my YouTube channel is my baby. Then the second question says, my first broken bone. I don't think I've ever had a broken bone, and I will never have a broken bone. Let me be a typical Nigerian girl. Sophia. Then the third question says, first foreign country you ever visited? My village. I'm sorry guys, I'm a local girl. I've never left the shores of Nigeria. I've not visited any foreign country. It's unfortunate. And that's the funny thing, before Koro started, like my girls and I were planning a girls trip. Like there were 3 of us already that had confirmed that they could make it for the trip to Ghana. Not just Ghana here, we have not even gone. Like I don't even know what's going on. So we wanted to go on a girls trip. It would have been fun, but life happened. 2020 happened. This year 2020 came with a lot of unexpected things, and that dream, maybe it will be like mission, it will be vision 2021, no longer vision 2020. So number 4 says, your first Instagram, Twitter and Facebook posts. I can go and check my first Instagram post. Okay, maybe for the sake of this video, I'm just going to insert it right here. I think it was probably a picture of me stretching on the beach or something, because I'm really flexible. Yes, I am. Okay, so number 5 says, your first makeup item. My first makeup item is very likely going to be something I stole from my mommy, because I used to steal my mommy's eye pencils and they just line my eyes, because I used to believe that they made me look really sexy and mischievous, because I was just stupid. So yeah, it's gonna be my mommy's eye pencil, but the one that I didn't steal, that is mine, that was actually mine, is going to be a lip gloss. I think that's like common with every girl. Back then we used to call it wet lips. So yeah, lip gloss mine. The stolen one, mom's eye pencil. The 6th question here says, the first plane ride I ever went on. I remember, okay, I don't remember, but my parents told me that when we were kids, we went on a plane ride to Katsina. That's a state in Nigeria where I'm from. So we went on that plane ride. But the one that I can remember that I went on ever since my age of maturity, that I can remember, is the plane ride to Abuja that I went maybe sometime in 2014 or so. I was terrified, but I had to just be brave, because I was traveling with my little niece, you know, and I could not just let her know that I was scared. I had to be brave for both of us. Number 7 question says, sorry guys, the questions are written here in case you see me looking down. The 7th question says, the first time you ever got into trouble at home or in school. Okay, the memorable one that I remember, like as far back as I can remember, guys, I used to be a tomboy. Forget all this girliness that you're seeing. I used to be rugged. I used to climb trees. I used to fight. I used to be aggressive. Thank you, Jesus, that I'm a new woman. So believe it or not, I got in trouble for breaking someone's head. Don't mess with me. Don't. I will break. Oh my god. Actually, she was my girlfriend. Her name was Onyinye. I think what happened was it was just something minor. I didn't intend to break her head. So we were sharing a bench. She was my seat partner. And then at some point, I don't know what happened, but we were kind of like dragging for position on the seat. And she was pushing me and I was pushing her. And because, I don't know, she was kind of smallish, smaller than me. So I kind of pushed her and she fell off. And then when she was falling off, she kind of hit her head on the edge of another chair, like another student's bench. So she hit her head and then she started bleeding. And then I felt like the ground just opened and swallowed me. She was like bleeding. We had to rush her to the sick bay. That's what we call it then. I had to beg her not to tell her parents, guys. She had to now just form one story and told her parents. She didn't tell her parents that it was her friend, her best friend. My friend, like, we're like this back then. She couldn't tell her parents that it was her best friend that broke her head. Like, guys, I have broken head before. I'm somehow proud of myself because I'm not all lilies and laughter and teddy bears and chocolates. I am rugged when the time comes. Like when it's necessary. I'm a changed being, please. I'm no longer like that. I'm not gonna break your head. Even if you diss me, I'll just look the other way because I'm a classy lady with poise right now, okay? So the number 8 question says the first time you were allowed to wear makeup. Okay, my mom was very strict. Weren't allowed to wear makeup all through secondary school. So I think it was by the time I got to university that I had to just buy maybe like powder, lip gloss here and there. Then we didn't really know makeup. Like if you guys even see the kind of rubbish makeup I used to do then in school, God, it was terrible. So we never used to put on makeup until we went into the university. So probably my first year in university was the first time I put on makeup. Like actual makeup, not all those stolen eye pencil and lip gloss things we used to do then in secondary school. Nine says the first YouTuber you subscribed to. As far back as I can remember, the first YouTuber I very likely subscribed to is Omabel. I've always loved Omabel because becoming a makeup artist in 2014 made me start going on YouTube once in a while to check for YouTube tutorials to kind of like, you know, brush up my skills and stuff. So at first when I saw Omabel's thumbnail, it was her skin defect, like she has serious acne. That was what made me click on her video. And then when I clicked on her video, I saw that she had a very thick, beautiful Nigerian accent like me, and I'm like, oh my god, this is my sister. And I was like, oh, I have to subscribe, I have to support my sister, and I clicked the subscribe button. That's what I can remember. I don't know if I subscribed to anybody before her, but she's the first person I can remember that I subscribed to on YouTube. Shout out to Omabel if you're watching this video. Even if you're not watching it, one day we're going to do a collab. It will shall happen. I'm speaking it into existence right now. 10 says the first time you went shopping on your own. The first time I went shopping on my own would definitely have to be one of those days we used to go thrift shopping to maybe, yeah, Oshodi markets. Yes, back when I was a teenager. I can't remember how old I was, but we'll go to like maybe do a change of wardrobe. And also the market was very big back then. If you live in Lagos, you know what I'm talking about. We're talking of in the early 2000s, 2003, 2004, thereabout, 2002. So then we used to go shopping in Oshodi market and stuff. The number 11 says my first boyfriend. My first boyfriend. Now that I'm older and I know what a true relationship is, it makes it look like all those puppy love things were not really relationships. Okay. My first boyfriend, I was such a good girl that I didn't have a boyfriend in secondary school. Guys, I am a late bloomer. I didn't have a boyfriend in secondary school. I had crushes, and some of the crushes actually even came to ask me out, but I was too scared to actually say yes. But the first boyfriend, like when your girl knew I'm all grown, I need a man in my life, has to be a guy that I dated in my first year in university. I'm not going to call his name, but we don't really talk now though. Yeah, that was my first boyfriend. Then number 12 says your first car. I have not gotten my first car. I don't have bicycle, I don't have keke napep, I don't even have bicycle tire. My first car is in the future, sometime soon. Say amen if you believe. Say amen and prophesy into my life, or maybe one of you watching this video can sow a seed into my life and buy me a car. Let me put it out. I'm just putting it out there in case any of you love me enough. You can even open a GoFundMe account for me so that I'll stop jumping buses all around the city of Lagos and Uber and Taxify. Guys, it's draining my money. Okay, number 13 is such an interesting question. Ooh, I've been itching to answer this one. Number 13 says your first celebrity crush. Okay. My first celebrity crush, and I remember this one because it was such a big deal for me back then. Is the Nigerian actor called Chidi Mokeme. Hey God. Chidi Mokeme was everything. He was all that. I've always been attracted to like dark guys, chocolates, yummy, strong black coffee. Oh my God. Okay, let them not debate. So Chidi Mokeme is dark skin. He has the hard jaw, the piercing eyes, the broad shoulders, the standing nipples. I'm so Chidi Mokeme was the ish. Like I went as far as cause my bestie, my BFF, actually today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Benson! I'm just making this video on July 3rd. It's actually Benson's birthday. Happy birthday, Benson! I'm going to force him to watch this video. Benson, do you remember when I used to disturb you about Chidi Mokeme? So now my best friend, Benson, the guy, his dad was a doctor. So Chidi Mokeme's dad was a patient of Benson's dad. So Chidi Mokeme used to bring his dad to Benson's dad for treatment. Do you guys know that I made my friend promise me that he was going to ask Chidi Mokeme for his number? And my friend did it. Like, shout out to people that have your back, even when I want to do stupid things. He got me the phone number of Chidi Mokeme. Like, I'm not joking. But when he got me the number, I didn't know now I have liver. My liver now failed me. How old was I? 14 or 13, and I want to call a full grown man that is already a Nollywood star. Like, will you even look at me? Like, who is this rat? Excuse me, help me get my number. So I just couldn't have the liver. I never called him. I didn't have the liver. I kept saving that number. Like maybe when I grow, maybe when I finish secondary school, I'll call him. We'll not have a relationship. We'll not court. He'll not be like my Cinderella story. We'll not get married. He'll sweep me off my feet, and then we'll like live happily ever after. But life happened. We have moved on. But I still have a soft spot for him, even though he's married now. Chidi, don't call me please. Before people will finish me in the comment section. The question number 14 here says my first cooking experience. My first cooking experience was definitely when my mom taught me how to cook. The time she asked me to go by myself alone into the kitchen. We're supposed to have like soup and swallow eba specifically. So after I warmed the soup, because we always eat soups like in the afternoon. So after I warmed the soup, it was time to make the eba. So I put the hot water on fire. I brought out the gari that I was supposed to use to make the eba. Then I now forgot. I was like, wait, do they put the water into the gari, or do they put the gari into the hot water? I kind of like missed it. So do you know what your girl did? I brought out the bowl of gari and then I poured the hot water into the gari. Instead of doing it the other way around, I was supposed to have put the hot water and then pour the gari like bit by bit into the hot water, but I did it the other way. So I poured water into the gari. I was now trying to turn the thing with the wooden ladle, or wooden ladle, whatever they call it. Tell me in the comment section. And I was now trying to turn it. It was not just working. Like I was frustrated. I'm like, what's going on here? So I managed to do it somehow, and now serve the food. And then when it was time to now eat, Momsi was not like, this your eba is one kind. There was some part of the gari that the water didn't get to, and you're like seeing like dry crumbs of gari falling over. They're trying to take the soup, and she's like, what kind of rubbish is this? My mother washed me down that day. You know, African mothers, she washed me down that day. What is wrong with you? Just how to make gari, you have forgotten. Is anything okay? So yeah, that was my first cooking experience. Then number 15 says my first crush. Okay, my first crush, it has to be between two guys. The first one was a secondary school classmate. I'm not going to call his name because I don't want him to start feeling very important. Just in case anybody that watches this video knows him. I'm not going to call his name, I'm sorry. But he broke my heart. I was tripping for him, was tripping for someone else. It was a love triangle and it got really messy and hearts were broken. Okay, so that's that. Then the second person that could also be my first crush, because I don't know who I crushed on first, would be, man, there was this very handsome guy. I think this is probably the first light-skinned guy that I had a crush on, first and only self, because this guy was light-skinned. There was this thing about this guy. Hey, that's how this guy dresses. When you see him, he looks jam dead. I don't know whether I was rubbing bleaching cream, but the guy was very light-skinned. And then he used to do like cocoa waves. Do you know like these waves that guys do on their hair? He will not do it. He now have pink lips, Then there's how he dresses. Nigeria is hot, but the guy will wear sweatsuits, hey, with jogger pants and come to church. And whenever I used to be in the choir then, so whenever it's time for offertory and everybody is coming out processing to the altar to drop their money for, you know, offering and all that, he would just, like, when he gets to his turn, he will start walking so slowly, like he'll be causing traffic. Like the guy knew he was hot. In fact, we were plenty that were crushing. He kind of noticed me, but I think he didn't. His feelings were not mutual, unfortunately. So my first crushes basically broke my heart. Okay, so number 16 was my first cell phone. Oh, I remember my first cell phone. I remember the way I felt when my mommy called me and gave me my cell phone. It was a Triumph, Trium. It was, and I liked that phone. It was blue and silver, I remember. And I liked that phone because it looked very feminine. It had like a figure 8. It was like this. It was like this. It was all those phones that don't have color, like the screen is just black and white. And then it had, I remember the ringtone then, like I loved that phone. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm like, excuse me, on my phone, who's this? How you doing? Yes, you want to talk to me? What's up? Like, I was feeling on top of the world with that phone. I was in secondary school then. I think it was in my SS3. I was 15 then. That's when I had my first phone. Then number 17 says my first date. My first date. I can't remember my first date. Number 18 says my first kiss. I cannot remember my first kiss. What do you want to hear? My first kiss was probably without my first boyfriend in university, my first year in university. I think that's when my first kiss happened. Please don't ask me for details. We don't kiss and tell. Okay. So number 19 says my first fear. I think every Nigerian child was scared of Ojuju Calabar. You know when mommy will say, eat this food or I'll call Ojuju Calabar for you. So my first fear was Ojuju Calabar. Okay, so number 20 says my first friend in college. My first friend in college would have to be Chioma Ekwonu. Yeah, Chioma. We still talk from time to time, and through her I met so many other friends that have come to mean so much to me. Like my group of friends now that are always there for me, I met them through her, so I'm grateful for that. Number 21 says my first heartbreak. My first heartbreak has to be my crush in secondary school that did not like me back. I went to go and start dating someone else. I was very heartbroken. That thing did a lot to my self-esteem. I'm not even going to lie. Like, because the girl he ended up dating was kind of like, she was biracial. So it was like, she was biracial. I'm just a regular girl, just normal. Like, everybody was braiding their hair in secondary school. My mom didn't let us braid our hair, so I was on low cut. It was almost looking like I didn't even stand a chance. So that did a lot to my self-esteem. That was my first heartbreak. I was heartbroken. I was. And to think that I had to go to school every day and sit in the same class with this guy and see him, and then see him with his girlfriend, and I'm like, so you don't love me? It was very heartbreaking, I'm just saying. So number 22 says my first internet activity. My first internet activity would probably be when we used to still go to cyber cafe then. I think probably to open an email or to open Facebook. No, to open Facebook you needed an email, so definitely email must have been my first internet activity, opening my email. I remember my first email ever, which doesn't function anymore because I've forgotten the password. So number 23 says my first job. My first job would have to be my teaching job that I had. Maybe when I would say when I was doing my NYSC, or I could just say after NYSC I also had another teaching job. So my first job definitely had to be a teaching job, and I taught biology. I think I'll make a whole video about that, guys. But 24 says my first language. Of course, my first language was or is English. Number 25 says my first love. My first love, I'm not going to call his name, but yeah, we still talk though. Then number 26 is my first pet. My first pet was a goat, because we kind of like had a lot of goats while growing up. We had like a mini animal farm, so we had at some point we had like up to 50 goats, and we knew like each of them by name, so it was definitely a goat. But if I'm going to personalize it, my first pet would have to be a cat, because we had cats too. My mom just loved animals, yeah. So number 27 says my first piercing and when. Okay, if I'm going to talk about maybe my first person aside the one my mommy gave me as a baby, that's this first one here. My first person will have to be this second ear hole that I have here, because I have 3 down here and 1 up here. I love piercings, guys, don't judge me. So my first piercing that I did on my own, that my mommy didn't do for me, would have to be the second one, and it was my sister that did it for me. My sister is rugged. Shout out to you, Ada. She pierced her own and pierced mine. Like the moment she got into university, she just decided it was time to pierce her ear. So when I too got into university, she decided it's time to pierce your ear. So it was a rite of passage. She did it for me. I'm so happy I didn't get any infection, because it's not like she was a professional. But it was when I got into university and I was feeling like, excuse me, do you know who I am? I have 2 ear piercings. Don't talk to me anyhow. Excuse me. So yeah, that was my first piercing. Then number 28 says, my first swear word. Yeah, I didn't used to swear, now I swear. I'm not going to lie. Now, like some things just get to you. Like when you grow and you see that life is just a pot of beans, sometimes you just want to express that frustration, and I'll be like, oh, you know, something like that. Yeah, those are the swear words that I use from time to time. Then number 29 says, my first tattoo. I've never had a tattoo. I don't think I ever will. I don't really fancy them. Not that I have anything against people that do them. I don't think there's anything so important to me in this life that I want to write on my body. But maybe now that I don't have my parents around me anymore, if I would ever want to write anything on my body, probably be their names, because just to feel like they're somehow with me, like I have a part of them, a constant reminder of them, maybe. But I don't really fancy tattoos. So number 30 says, my first thought today. So my first thought today was, like when I got up, I'm like, whew, another day. Okay, what am I going to do today? Then I thought specifically about how I was going to be involved in the planning, because we're planning my dad's funeral, so, and it's really been really stressful. Sometimes I just want to get away from it all. So I think that was my first thought, like, oh, so I'm going to do this again. Oh God, like give me the strength. So I think that was my first thought today. Yeah. So guys, this is where I'm ending this tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope this actually helped you guys know me better. Please comment below what you think about the answers that I gave, and subscribe if you haven't. Please share this video to just, you know, share it to your friends, to your enemies, to your mama, to your neighbor, to your boyfriend. You know, share this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.